quick with
The Immaculate Room, starring Kate Bosworth and Emil Hirsch. This is about a couple who is put into a blank white room with a bed and a bathroom and nothing else. And they are told they have to stay in there for 50 days and follow the rules. And they will be given $5 million. If one of them leaves the room before the other, the prize money goes down to $1 million. And they still have to stay in there, though. They don't just immediately win it. You have to stay in there for the rest of the time, so the rules state. And they have some other rules in place. There's nothing too crazy. It's really just, you can't leave the room, and there's really nothing to fucking do. And so they're put to the test as a couple and as human beings, being isolated. And isolation is seen as cruel and unusual punishment in this country. We don't even do it to the worst of the worst anymore. I think ever since that Alcatraz case, the movie they made with Kevin Bacon and Gary Oldman, and I think it was called, wasn't Murder in the First, I think is the name of that movie, which is fucking great, by the way. If you've never seen it, it's excellent. It's the case that got Alcatraz shut down. Excellent film. But yeah, I mean, there's a reason you don't lock people in a fucking room for too long. They will lose their mind. It's fucking, it is cruel and unusual punishment. Mm-hmm. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's some people that I would love to abuse, but but regardless.
I mean, even if you think, like, I'm an introvert, I don't like going out or, like, talking to people or anything, like, you still need some type of stimulation.
Sure, I mean, that's why we have television and video games and whatever.
Just anything at all.
Yeah.
What did you think about the film?
Overall, I think that this is a gimmick film, right? Like, this is you have a very specific kind of goal that is, I guess every movie is a gimmick film in a way, right? They all have a plot that drives it forward, but this is like a one room, you got to do this thing to do this thing, and that's it. That's the plot. Like, you know, and I've seen so many gimmick films, and this is one of those things. It's just a very simplistic plot line, putting a very few amount of people in a very small situation that they have to get through. Overall, I liked it okay. I think that where the film kind of fails for me is they don't really push the boundaries in the envelope enough. I would have liked to have seen whatever the Immaculate Room, people are, whoever's running this thing, they're there to kind of fuck with them a little bit, right? And in movies like this, and I have seen this plot before, they push it harder. They put more hurdles in place and really like start to fuck with your mind. And I feel like this movie could have really done a lot with that. A lot with time. Mm-hmm. A lot with like incentive and motivations. And more psychological torture.
Yes.
Right? And you don't have to take it too far where it's unbelievable, where people are like, no, they just leave the room. Right? And I think that's kind of what they feared, maybe, is that it wouldn't feel realistic. This is yet another chicken soup for the soul entertainment. We just watched Monstrous, and I'd never seen that before. And now we have 2 movies in like a month that we've watched that are chicken soup for the soul. And I was laughing because chicken soup for the soul to me is like, that's something like your mom read in the 90s.
Yeah, my grandma got me chicken noodle soup for the soul, like those books.
Yeah.
I don't even remember what the books, I think they were short stories that are supposed to be like morality tales, but I don't really remember.
And sure,
but,
I mean, this is kind of that, right? This is kind of a morality tale, and Monstrous is as well. But what I was laughing about is, like, to me, those are kind of fluffy, frilly kind of
Hallmark
story.
Channel
Yeah, Hallmark
kind of
Channel,
stuff.
exactly. But this features more nudity in it than the fucking slasher show we just watched, which is, has zero. I was shocked to see like full on nudity in a chicken soup for the soul entertainment. So there you go. For some people, you get to see Ashley Greene from Twilight in the nude in this film. So if that's appealing to you, then
you can watch it.
Then you get.
Or you'll just look for the images online.
What are you thinking about this movie?
No, I'm with you. I think I liked it fine. I agree. I think that there could have been a lot more pushing the envelope with things. I would have liked to see us really questioning what was happening in the room and like, you know, more mental breakdowns. There is definitely stuff that happens, but it's not as surreal as I would have liked it to be, but that's partly just because I like when things get really weird and trippy. I think that the film is primarily like exploring relationships, so I don't think that like the surreal trippy like version of it would have worked as well. Like if it was just exploring like who you are and like the self, and it's obviously more about interpersonal relationships than just you by yourself. And the ending is an ambiguous one.
Yes.
But I actually don't know if I like it.
Me neither.
Which is funny because we love ambiguous endings.
Yes.
But I just don't know if it works for me, and I think it's because it's not really that ambiguous. It's like it's ambiguous,
it is and it
but
isn't.
It's like you also sort of get an answer
Yeah.
that I feel like you could definitely try and make the argument against, but it seems pretty obvious that that's what the answer is.
It's definitely the answer, but it's still ambiguous.
It's ambiguous. But it's yeah. I think the acting from everybody was great.
Sure.
And, you know, I really like when movies take, like, a single location. I like that idea of... Because I think that it really relies much more heavily on acting and writing than just, like, sets. And Alone with You, which is a film we watched at the beginning of the year, which we both love. Better. Yeah, I enjoyed way more, and it takes place in a single location,
which was
involving
just
isolation.
Added to Shudder.
You should watch it.
Definitely.
You should watch it. So I don't know. Yeah, I'm just like, it's fine. Like, I don't really have any interest in watching it again, and
no,
I don't even know if I'd super recommend it, because this is kind of like one of those movies that we talk about where it's sort of underwhelming, and it's like it would have been better to like hate it, at least to have like passion to talk about it. But I just feel kind of like meh on it.
It's just a blah movie, which creates a blah review.
Yeah.
Right, and that does kind of suck. But I agree. Alone with You addresses this kind of idea in a way. It's not somebody being paid to stay alone, but it is somebody alone in a isolated location by themselves dealing with mental trauma.
Yes.
And it's done. And this has, I guarantee you, this has 10 times the budget, if not 50 times the budget that movie did. And I think that movie's far superior. Now, I don't think there's going to be a lot of people on this channel that watch this channel that love that movie, because it's much more like emotionally, female centric kind of fucking exploration of her emotions and her feelings and all that. I don't know, but I think it's fucking awesome. I thought it was fantastic. I was looking to see if there was some kind of a connection of like how Monstrous and whatnot came to be with the other one, if there was any connections there. And while I was looking, people probably saw my reaction going, what the fuck? Do you know how many producers are credited on Monstrous?
Is it going to be like 50 or something?
Higher. I've never seen such a thing.
75?
53.
53?
53 producer credits on one movie. 53. Wow. They all donate like $5?
I know. I was just going to ask her, like, here's $1.
Maybe it was crowdfunded.
Maybe.
I mean, that's possible.
Maybe.
That's probably what it is. It was probably crowdfunded, but Jesus Christ, 53. I've never seen so many in one thing. Anyway, nor here nor there. Has nothing to do with this film at all. Just looking at it.
Chicken soup for the soul.
Okay, the only reason we even watched this is because it was being advertised on upcominghorrormovies.com, which I always go to every fucking week to check like what's coming out.
Yeah.
for the week in the horror genre.
It's not a
not
horror.
Fucking horror.
It's a drama thriller.
It's a drama.
Maybe, or
it's
like a mystery.
Drama with some minor thriller aspects.
It's not horror at all. See, but that's like it could have been if they went into that surreal like avenue that I was talking about.
And they have Kate Bosworth and they have Emile Hirsch, who are great, and and they could have really went hard with this. They could have really fucking pushed boundaries and went for this psychological gut punch.
Sure.
And they have the talent to pull it off. Mm-hmm. Kate looked fucking like off her meds in this.
She was,
So she was ready for that kind of movie.
I think so.
And I just feel like it never goes there. It makes it try to feel like it goes there. It doesn't.
And it's like maybe some people would watch it and be like, oh my God, but I think the type of movies that we watch and that we enjoy, it just was very tame.
If you want to see someone fucking losing their mind in a trillion time better movie this year, watch the what am I thinking of? Fucking with Rebecca Hall.
Oh, Resurrection. That's what I thought you were going to say, but then I was like, I'm just going to wait until...
Blanking on the title in my head.
Resurrection is way
better. So, Alone with You.
And
it's always funny to do reviews where we're just telling people to watch different movies.
So, like, if you think
but that's better,
like,
right?
This is a better
movie. You came here to fucking, like, be like, should I watch this movie or not?
We're saying don't
because
watch
you're
it.
wanting to watch a movie. So, we're telling you, don't watch this. Watch Alone with You, which is currently streaming on Shudder. Shudder, hey! Remember me?
Remember me.
I'm just going to keep plugging away. They're never watching these, so I don't know why I keep talking like that.
I don't know.
But yeah, anyways. And Resurrection with Rebecca Hall and Tim Roth. So, let us know. This movie's not a recommendation.
No.